Dragonshire for our third map Tempest pick.
Yeah, they do have a theme. BlossoM brings a good theme all the time of what they want to achieve in game. This time having Li Ming, last time was the Medivh. Making sure that coordination happens, but when you cannot get the kill because the front line is super tanky, Blaze, Diablo, a bunker, you just have to snipe onto Phoenix or Rainer, which had happened once at the bottom fight, but not anymore. But let's get into game 3, Dragonshire. There certainly has to be another one.
Now, one of the things you mentioned, right, the Ana. Sometimes it's just so difficult to either land the sleep darts that you need to set up things like Li Ming, or even just at all. I mean, the bunker is just so big up in the front, and if you sleep the tank in the front, I mean, he's just going to wake up instantly. It's just not as effective. So I want to see that change. I want to see just a different composition overall, because I know that BlossoM do have that versatility. They can change around like either their play styles or their players even, but they haven't done it yet.
This one, I think, requires some more change on the map because the Shrine, the top lane, we see a lot more Dehaka, a lot more Irel, but so far the same.
All right, here we go. Tyrande ban. Let's keep it exactly. Hey, there we go. All right.
Yes. And Hanzo first pick.
I'm waiting. No way Modern just grabs Hanzo.
Even our camera guy, even our producer knows that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be Hanzo first pick, Modern Life once again.
I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, letting Tempest have Hanzo for sure is maybe not a great idea. So it makes sense to see it picked away, but I mean, Modern's just not having a good Hanzo day. Although he did have that sick Dragon Strike kill. Oh, there we go.
Just took a little more time.
All right, G-Clef, pull out your crystal ball. What are the next 2 picks for Tempest?
Diablo Rainer. Right?
Why would you pick anything else, right? Tempest comp is super solid. That's very versatile.
In this map, maybe think about, I think Tempest, they are concerned about the Haka.
Okay.
From Wiz, maybe stealing that away. It's actually a nice move.
They banned it. Okay, so they still go for the Rainer pick first off the bat, but they grab Deckard along with it. Still, they could come out with the same draft, but just doing it in a slightly different order. This might give BlossoM the opportunity to grab the Diablo of their own, but honestly, whether it's Honkono or Gondar, it certainly seems like Garrosh is just kind of the way to go.
So Irel, a different priority this case. And
well, they do take the Diablo away. Okay.
Gives a chance for them to actually take Diablo this time. So different lineups here. So Rainer without Irel Diablo with Screams for Blaze for Tempest. I think Blaze will be the perfect ban. Without Irel, no Diablo, no Blaze, Rainer is going to have some tough time.
Definitely. I mean, I think you have to go for the Blaze here just to stop it from saving good all the time. Such a huge asset for Tempest. And if you don't take that off the bat, I mean, what are you going to limit from them, right?
They can still go down the tank pool because they already have one, but they're going to keep 0-2. This may be just a thing from their scrim, but BlossoM has been banning 0-2 3 times. 3 out of 3 in the third ban slot.
Yeah, I definitely think that you do need to change things up, but I mean, we are seeing different drafts, thankfully, but this is still going to give Tempest the opportunity to just go back to their roots, grab the Blaze.
Still have one, or Thrall. Tempest does like to run both Thrall and one other solo lane, like in Irel. Or even Marthel, I think it's actually an okay one because Diablo's on BlossoM's end this time.
Yeah, that's certainly true. Always good to have that percentage damage, and certainly not as willing to play something like a Tychus or something like that to deal with it. So.
And the final pick, Medivh.
Okay, going back to it. I like to see it, but specifically, I think we've seen it be most effective against high burst damage, things like Li Ming, right? That was what we got a chance to see yesterday, and it looked super cool, but here, what is the real purpose going to be?
Mostly for protection and surprise gank with the portal. And in this case, they can't exactly really have too much burst. They will be looking for that 7-sided kill onto Muradin, but doesn't really synergize perfectly of what they want to do.
Yeah. Okay, well, we do at least get our wish, right, G-Clef? There's no Ana, and we do have different drafts. Of course, it's Dragonshire, so you do have to adapt to that. But also, crucially enough, we don't see any globals. So that Dahaka pick that we thought would be high priority is not. And so we head in onto Dragonshire for game number 3, hoping, if you're a BlossoM fan, that they can turn things around. Otherwise, Tempest take a 3-0 victory.
That says BlossoM. Certainly not the result of tonight, how it's going until this moment, but can all change starting from game number 3. A little bit, I would say, if they brought a Sonya like long time ago, what Miracle tried to do sometime, and also Feliz once, I believe, in this part, which actually brought them a win. A pretty old one, Diablo Sonya Medivh combo.
10초 남았다.
Not in this case. We have Irel.
5, 4, 3.
I like that we're focusing once again on Modern's Hanzo. Your producer knew it exactly like you pointed out, G-Clef. 3 for 3. And in games 1 and 2, he's kind of struggled with his positioning a lot of times, winds up punishing him. So we'll see, especially if we get like extra dwarf toss rage. Sign could just be heading straight for that back line, looking to take him out. See how things open up, whether we do have early solo lanes. Yeah, so Urel already shoving top. HGC Maltfield join in a second.
Good rotation. Diablo Karazim was waiting in that middle center bush on top. And Dami chose to go to the safer path. He knew something was fishy. Doesn't see Diablo and a few other members on the map.
Nice protection there on the Honkono, and of course the portal to get him back away. Wiz even joining. Meriday goes back in. I do love that BlossoM are feeling very confident in their fight. It seems like with their changed draft, they are looking a little bit better at executing that. It no longer seems like Honkono is just always going in every time there's the opportunity.
I guess one of the reasons, because oftentimes when Diablo once charges in, he can get the crowd control done, but when he is focused, because they kind of knew that Martel pick was going to be coming out. Having that portal as an escaping tool is always a good tool.
Yeah.
But Diablo alone cannot make the same impact as when they have something like a Sonya or a Thrall to pair that up with in this case. So Honkono diving alone has to be a little bit more cautious in this game number 3.
That's right, we're looking for a Dragonite here. Tempest, can they control it? Yes, they do. Get that first Dragonite.
Martel may go down.
And there it is. The Avenging Wrath from Wiz. Oh, no, it actually gives the kill credit to Karazim.
It was just buying time so that they get the Dragonite. And he took a lot of damage from top lane.
Yeah,
so staying in that shrine.
Perfect rotation from Tempest to recognize his sacrifice and say, all right, you took one for the team, we got the Dragonite, and now we'll come up and cover your lane just to make sure that not too much is lost.
I mean, see, the entire 4-man squad here, plus the camp, and just the Dragonite. Which one does more?
I think, spoiler alert, G-Clef, Dragonite's pretty good.
Yeah, that's why you take the Dragonite over with just 1 kill. And Dami's already back here. Alone from Honkono, he can't just charge onto Raynor, but
I don't know if that's
getting focused.
Yeah, but look, the healing adrenaline rush is going to come out here. He speeds himself away like a Gungan sub, and now Sign might be the next one to fall. Avenging Wrath comes forward. That's the kill.
So Sign does make this move a lot. Notice how you guys should always remember, Sign always comes in to save his DPS.
Even if it costs his own life.
Even if it costs his own life, along with the DPS life. And he has been really good saving his DPS and him also escaping. That has been how good Sign was a long time ago, but just yesterday I watched the VOD again.
Them versus Feliz?
Yes, and he went in, died along with the DPS, so getting nothing done.
It's
sometimes,
solidarity.
Sometimes if you know that when you go in, DPS is going to die regardless, it's better to not go in, right? But Sign has been making that weird individual choice as a tank. And it was on this map, exact Dragonshire map.
you know, maybe your friend like trips and falls into the river, and you just want to be a good friend, so you jump in too to make him feel better about it being a bad day. That's kind of that idea. I just want the solidarity, but yeah, probably something we want to avoid if possible.
Of course, the best will be save your teammate and you.
Oh yeah, obviously yes.
Go alive
If you can stop.
And I think that's the reason why he picked Morden today. He wants to be a little bit more stable. A comfort pick from Sign as well. He can actually have some control over the tri-bush, but they have the Raven, they have Medivh flying all over, so BlossoM, they don't really have to face check as much in this game.
And I would say I feel much more comfortable watching this with Honkono on a big, you know, beefy tank and Gondar playing that Medivh instead. So, like that they have swapped things back. Let's see if they can get either pick onto Hyde. They're just pushing him out of here. Sign tanking up most of the damage, but he's totally okay with all of that. Protection on a Honkono makes him just totally invulnerable there for a while. And in the end, they do have to back off and don't want to overcommit.
Yeah, Tempest, they could have fought that one out, but Irel was coming. They knew the rotation was coming very soon, so they kind of pressured out the camp. At least they lost. At least, and look, BlossoM, they got the camp done, so all they needed to control is the bottom one because Arthur actually got the top control lockdown. Looking a lot of damage. Here comes Science, focusing on the Gondar.
Gondar, he protects everyone except himself, and he goes down to good. Takes him out in the end, and trying to channel for a Dragon Knight. I mean, it's not going to work out as Hyde uncaps that Shrine. So, I mean, everything that BlossoM has built up over the last few minutes is undone.
BlossoM's macro choice. Slightly slow because they want to focus on team fights. And Okana charges out. Nice engage, and Merryday having some good aggro, but he's caught in that route.
Yeah, nowhere to go. I mean, Merryday was just totally isolated. I mean, even if he did, you know, try to jump out with that Radiant Dash, I mean, you didn't really have too many options about where to go.
Wolf says it's a lot to Merryday as well. That minion almost canceled the channel, but it's not the ranged minion. But Merryday, oftentimes he tries to make his own play a little too much, and it's actually toxic for the entire team when they have to get the teamwork compiled together. And those types of moments where he thinks he's making a move to, I guess, to do some damage, but there was no chance of getting a kill.
No chance of getting a kill, and also he put himself in such a vulnerable spot that it's like, well, how do you get out of there? He didn't have too many thoughts about that escape. You know, for Merryday, he has, in his day, been one of the best supports that Korea's ever seen.
Yes.
But I think with that kind of comes the ability to just kind of see, oh, immediate 7-sided tear down onto lockdown. And of course, he is pretty darn tanky, and even with a Dragon Arrow coming through, that is the heroic choice. Will stay a while, not actually all that effective. Doesn't cancel a Lightning Breath, and BlossoM are going to escape successfully.
It's really, you have to understand, it's hard. Sometimes you don't really expect the portal to come down, such a quick rotation, but that's how you use the portal to actually have a really early engage.
Yeah.
Thinking that you don't really have the enemy around you, but the portal is all they need.
And Gondar's doing a great job with that. He's making sure his team have that rotational advantage through the portals. So, fighting over the side camp at the bottom. We'll see if they want to commit to it. It looks like they do. Gondar, or Honkono rather, going in, CCing Hyde, but look at Good. He's just doing so much damage off of the back. Sign and Lockdown disrupting the backline here as well. And finally, things will start cascading from bad to worse. Tempest roll over them. Sign dumping in with that toss, and 7-sided, is that going to be good enough to get Merryday away? Just barely.
Just barely dashes away. What was that scream?
There's Sonya Leap. No,
That's not a weird one, but
close enough.
Modern, after fighting a more than 2v1, Sign had popped the avatar at the end last second. Just went into the portal saying, I'm dead anyhow. And then he just died in the middle. Might as well just be on the circle for a split second. And that was a little disjointed team fight for BlossoM, as Honkono went in. When they had to follow up with the damage, but when the backline is getting harassed by Signs, Muradin, they
Yeah.
were just looking for luck. When in the other hand, Reiner just did free damage.
Yeah,
No
Hong-
harassment at all.
Honkono is engaging onto the tank line, and so Raynor just sits there and he's like, wait, you're not going to engage on me? And he just sits there and does crazy, insane Raynor DPS the whole time. Well, I mean, BlossoM are gonna have to look for something a little bit different. And in game 2, they were able to kind of find a way to win fights towards the middle, towards the late game. But this time, it does look like Tempest are having a little bit of a better day. The same situation in their games versus Feliz. They finally hit their stride in game 3, where they started to come together as a cohesive team and start to look really good.
And that's about time. 14. BlossoM, they are slowly pressuring, waiting for that 13 level mark. They do have the reason why Honkono is so deep in there, because they do have a midi for the photo as an escape. There we go.
And Honkono, yeah, needs to get out of there. It was only Sign and...
Burnt a lot, and also Hyde.
Ooh,
That's...
Hyde?
Is this NA? No.
He's a bad storyteller, that's for sure. Nobody wants to listen to that story.
That's a lane of lots of missed skill shots there.
That's when you walk into the movie theater for like Kangaroo Jack or what's Maze Runner or something like that. They start to tell you the story and you just get up and walk out instantly. Not something you want to sit through.
Oh, let's continue. Hyde is in trouble. He's caught. Deckard, he can have his healing potions, but how long can his teammates last for him?
That's a big pick, and it looks like they want more. Mary Day jumping back in, but the turnaround is real, is good. Puts down one more kill for himself. I didn't catch who at least got the credit in the end, but Tempest are not going to stop.
Wiz is here. Oh, look at the ignore. Pretty good.
Yeah, that was really well done. They're just kind of playing with their food a little bit, and they let Wiz have his moment before they take him out in the end.
I think you can absorb a lot of damage with the other defender. The ignore has been really good for the top Korean teams, especially. They're used to ignoring Palm all the time.
Yeah.
So I think that they kind of work in the same mechanic here.
I was hoping for a second we might see maybe Palm as well, and then you just ignore everything. Both heroics are totally useless. Ugh. Well, that's the reason you don't see Palm very often, and also one of the reasons that Urel kind of fell out of favor for a while after he's just got so good at ignoring that. But here we go, seven-sided again, or Barry Day trying to save himself, but he might stay alive for a little bit longer. Honkono maybe not quite so lucky. That's the story you're looking to tell. Double lockdown. Gondar barely able to escape. They're not actually trying to focus Barry Day because they know he's not the biggest option. But can Modern turn that around? It's a great Dragon's Arrow, but no.
No portal for Gondar, so he goes down. And Diablo's back now, but with less souls. Was killed in the last right before. That was a 16-14 global team fight. So it was a tough one for BlossoM. And when you try to, the reason why Tempest goes in, before 16 there is no piercing on the scatter, so you don't really. So Honda does not do maximum damage, and the team comp for BlossoM is right now. They're looking for one kill, and that's with seven-sided. If seven-sided lands on many different heroes, because when they're clumped up together for the camp, basically BlossoM, they cannot get a kill. Knowing that Tempest, when they have two higher level, they can go invade all day.
Yeah, and you were talking about the seven-sided being picked to, in the best case scenario, blow up Muradin, right? So you take the tanky tank out of the picture, but when everybody's grouped up, it's like, okay, well, you get one seven-sided strike, and then another one, and it spreads the damage out so much. Yeah, very hard to get a kill in that situation. So Tempest just playing this super, super well. Good specifically, always safe at maximum DPS the whole time. Well, that's one of the reasons he picked Rainer's Raider, of course, just to make sure that he has just so much consistent DPS. And he's putting it out non-stop.
17, hitting 18 soon. BlossoM, right before they hit 16, the same talent. Tempest already has the control on the shrines. Perfect time, they invaded all the camps. Now they have to do their own. They have the perfect macro for it as well. They have the top control. They can push all the way to the fort if they want to.
Yeah, they're just going to turn the entire map blue. Wouldn't be a bit surprised if they just go down and recap just to make sure. Yeah, everything belongs to them. Maybe BlossoM pushed through for a fort, but even contesting this fort might be a little bit too much to ask.
Marthael is coming down. They're leaving. Leave their arena just in
다른
time.
팀이 요새를 파괴했다.
When you said Malthael's coming down, for a second I thought it was Wiz, and I'm like, no, we don't have the same draft for the third game in a row. It's pretty iconic, but yeah,
Tsunami one.
he's gonna come down and join the fight. Nice thundering just to disengage to start that off. Nice protection, does keep that lightning breath going, and with a big ley line locking down 3, is this the setup they're looking for?
The both tanks survive. Gondar managed to escape. Arcano is alone. Protection needs to be there. Last right, almost not enough, but final damage does get him the kill. And Medivh, he came to protect his ally, but he's already gone, and he's gonna be finding himself in the dead zone as well.
Do they commit to chase down Wiz? Killing Urel, that does take quite a while, but luckily it's the same direction as going for the Dragon Knight, and so, oof, boom goes
Urel
the Dynamite.
dies again.
How? I'm so surprised every time I see that happen. But Good is good at making that happen, and so Nami just holding off on the Dragon Knight for now, recognizing he can take it at his
Yeah, they
leisure.
want to finish the game. That's what they want to do. They want to do some damage to keep, hit 20, and go straight to core just like the last game.
Doesn't seem like there's going to be a whole lot to stand in their way. G-Clef shoving through the keep effortlessly, and now pressuring in onto the core. That Dragon Knight, slow and steady, is going to be his pathway to the core, but when he gets there, I don't know if BlossoM are going to be able to hold on. Honkono half health before this fight even starts, diving deep onto Modern. He will not have a whole lot of life left after
great
that.
protection, but that's not enough to keep your Hanzo alive. Honkono's alone once again, unstoppable, but he takes damage. Good survives the mist of time as a Rainer all the way here by the Hall of the Storms for BlossoM side. Meriday is just enjoying the moment as he can't really do too much by now. Dragon Knight having some tap dance here. That's some high mechanic, 500 APM.
Yeah, he's using those StarCraft mechanics right there. It's like the Dragon Knight version of B-Steps or something. I don't know, but he's styling on him just a little bit. The core health drops slower. Meriday drops slower. Everything's going down here for BlossoM, and the core will fall. That will give Tempest a 3-0 victory.
Some crazy steps there.
I liked it. Nice to see the style points come
I
out
did
in the
not
end.
know that Dragon Knight can move like that. You know?
He's got the dancing shoes on, man. Fancy feet. Wombo combo.
It is a 3-0 still. BlossoM they have a long way to go. It seems like they may be moving away from the BlizzCon spot. They have to fight with their way through that playoff. They want to take that third spot from Korea and go to that BlizzCon. Tempest, they move one step higher, maybe putting themselves up on the second spot, qualifying straight to BlizzCon. Not yet, but they're getting there.
It's a huge deal. We don't have any team locked in guaranteed, but for Tempest, this win is a big one to put them in the conversation for the